Good morning, everyone. Um, so today I wanted to do a read aloud. The mm, call. I want to read the book to you guys called The Mystery of Eatum Hall. But before we do that, I wanted to go over some definitions with you guys. And the definitions is is one of them is called foreshadowing. It's on the board right here, foreshadowing. Does anyone know what what that means? Okay, foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Um, Foreshadowing is like something is coming. Something like you're reading a story. Like like the Avengers. Like the Avengers Endgame. You know something is going to happen. You something is hitting at it that telling you it's going to happen. Can can someone else give an example of foreshadowing? Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. That's a great example. And another word I want to go over is personification. Personification. Does anyone know what that word means? No? Okay. Let me tell you. Personification. It means giving animals human like features, like they can talk, they can talk to humans, they they wear clothes like the cover of this book. Do you think animals can really drive a car? Do you think they really wear clothes? If they do, then it would be kind of funny and a little weird. But that is. Can someone give me an example of personification? Yes, yes. We all, we all love movies with talking animals. We love stories with talking animals. A great example is the Chronicles of Narnia. There is a lot of personification in those books, and yes, Tom and Jerry. That's a great example where where it is given life, where animals are given life examples. And so another excuse me, thank you. Another is comic relief. Comic relief. And can someone tell me what comic relief means? No, it doesn't have anything to do with comic books. Comic relief is in the story. It's when you are when the story gets really serious. When it gets really serious, the 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 story is at its highest. Things are getting really serious. But then something funny happens. The the humor releases the tension of the story. And so these three things that I shared, the three things that are on the board, those are things that are going to be in this book. And we're going to go over how foreshadowing, how personification, and how comic relief are all in this book. And so let's read the book together. Okay. The Mystery of Eatum Hall. Look at this hand. Does does this look like a pig hand that we saw before? No, it looks. What does it look like? Looks like a bear hand? I don't know. Okay. Oh, a tail. Does that look like a bear tail? You're right. Bear tails are really small. Not like not like that tail. Okay. We see we see a nice house, and then we see a dark house. Ooh, and another definition I want to share with you is setting. Does anyone know what setting means? No? Okay, I'll tell you. A setting means that it excuse me is setting the story. Okay, you see right here it it's all it's all nice, it's a bright day, and then over here is where the dark house is. That is a setting. The story is going to be really nice in the beginning, but then it's going to get really dark. It's going to get really dark. Okay. After an insolent breakfast, a jolly, nice letter arrived from Dr. Hunter, the new owner of Eatum Hall. He was inviting Glenda and me for a weekend of free gourmet food. That sounds really good. It was to begin that very night. So Glenda had only 7 hours to pack. We had just we have just enough time for an afternoon snack before we set off. Wow, that is a lot of food, don't you think? That is a lot of food. I would think so. So does this cause any foreshadowing in the story? No, not yet. Okay. We had a bra- we had a bracing we had a bracing drive up to Eaton Hall, where Glenda was slightly spooked by an old road through the woods. She was convinced that there were strange noises out there in the woods. It made my tummy roll. It made my tummy rum. Mm. Do you see? Do you see the foreshadowing? Not only in the picture, but in the words that are in the book. Do we see the foreshadow? Okay. Yes. That's awesome. We're seeing you guys are thinking. I love it when you guys think. I'm. I must say it was it was a bit of a disappointing welcome. With the door wide open and no lights, staff or food anywhere to be seen. We were about to turn. We were about to turn tail for home when Glenda spotted a note on the hallway table. It was addressed to Horns and Glenda Porkfaller. My dear guest, welcome to my home, Eatum Hall. Due to pressures of business, I'm unable to join you tonight. But I have designed this house to offer my fully automatic dining experience. Your every dietary whim can be satisfied by a push of a button or the flick of a switch. I am delighted to offer you the chance to play a part in the finest dining experience in Himalayan history. I will meet you personally in the bandstand on Sunday morning for a final mouth-watering surprise. An opportunity such as this occurs only once in a lifetime. So until then, eat, drink, be merry. Your special friend, Dr. A. Hunter, Fr. SW. This sounds suspicious, don't you think? Why? Why don't you think it sounds suspicious? It sounds suspicious to me. Okay, you see this word, dining? No, meet. I will meet you personally. Well, and the way you usually spell meet is MEET, and meat MEAT. That's spelled meat, like in hamburger meat. Don't you think it's a foreshadow that they may eat them? I don't know. You ever heard the story the three little pigs? We went to our rooms to change for dinner. Dr. Hunter reigned to be a bit to be a bit of a collector as well as a scientist. Glenda was fascinated by the works of art displayed on the walls, but I told her I preferred my works of art displayed on a plate. Ha 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 ha. Okay, this is an example of comic relief. I prefer my works of art on a plate. The story is, you can see the tension of the story is, you can see the story is getting more tension. The story is getting more serious, but then the comic relief is there to make us all laugh. Oh, I see a foreshadow here. You see the painting of Little Red Riding Hood. And what did the wolf do in Little Red Riding Hood? The wolf tried to eat the little girl. Awesome. So, wouldn't you say that's a foreshadow? hmm hmm Dr. Hunter must really be a brain. I remarked at dinner. He laid out a marvelous spread of his jolly clever robot thingamabobs on decor, though Glenda was not at all impressed. But I thought the portrait over the fireplace was rather good, especially the way the eyes reamed to follow our every move. Proper art, I say. Hmm. It says that the eyes are following their every move. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that's more than just painting? Wouldn't you say that those are his actual eyes? Hmm. Yeah, that's another example of foreshadowing. And in the setting, the setting, the story is setting. The setting is getting more serious. The setting is getting more serious, and I think we're gonna see some comic relief soon. Pie Pie feast this Sunday. Hmm. Why would you say that's another foreshadow? Hmm. Saturday morning we had a long breakfast and a full and found a a full picnic hamper waiting for us in the hall. We spent the morning exploring the grounds. We spotted the bandstand and a potter and a poster advertising a pie feast here on Sunday. It was a shame we'll miss it. We'd have departed by then. Okay, I want to take a little break from our read aloud, and I want you guys to to get into your groups and talk about what the foreshadowing is leading to. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Class. Okay, I loved hearing your conversations about what you think is going to happen. And and so okay, I need someone to speak really loud. I need someone to speak and say, one person from each group to say what they think is going to happen. Oh, you think the pie and the goose are going to have a good time at the pie feast with the wolf? Interesting. Okay, group 2, what do you think? You think the wolf is going to eat the pig and the goose? That's an awesome observation. Okay, let's continue. Okay, the rate of the day passed in a blur of wondered non-stop food. We did a bit of exercise and managed to work up a respectful appetite for our evening meal. We were so full I didn't even eat dessert. First time ever. Now, do we see two the definitions that we went over today? Which ones were they? Yes, comic relief and foreshadowing. We see the lens right there, and then we see some binoculars right there, and then what do we see? Some machines, some cameras, and then some hands. That sounds suspicious to me. Wouldn't you think that's more foreshadowing? Of course. That night, I thought to close my eyes for a few seconds while Glinda applied her lotions, but when I opened them again, the old girl was snoring beside me. My stomach, however, was far from content. It was grumbling, so I decided to head downstairs for a snack. It was a long hike to the kitchen. You'd think a clever chimp like Dr. Hunter would have put an elevator, and there were far too many locked doors throughout the place. I was ravenous by the time I found the kitchen. Look at this. This is interesting. Okay, now I want you to go back to your groups and talk about what this picture means to you, what the blueprint means to you. What do you think it means to the end of the story? What do you think is going to happen in the end? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Class. Okay, let's talk about what do you think is going to happen. Okay, group 1, what do you think is going to happen? Think they're going to eat the wolf is going to eat the pig and the goose? Okay. So everyone thinks that the wolf is going to eat the pig and the goose. Okay, let's continue. It was on. There was no light in the kitchen, and no robots helpers either. I had to feed for myself. Dr. Hunter was obviously a knee cook, though the capital chap kept a very, very well-stocked fridge. I went to bed eventually, but then I got a couple of midnight snacks. You see the wolf, you see the big bad wolf. And that Sunday, after a leisurely final breakfast, we made our way to the bandstand. I have to say, it was very poorly constructed and swayed most armorly as we climbed. There was a loud crack as we both squeezed inside, and since Dr. Hunter was nowhere to be seen, we thought we ought to leave before we broke anything else. Do you see? Do you see? It's comic relief. It's comic relief. What do you think just happened in the book? Yes, they broke it, and so Dr. Hunter's plan failed. He was going to eat. He was going to have the pig and the goose for the pie. He was going to have pie and goose pie, pig and goose pie. And of course, his plan failed because the pig and the goose they gained so much weight from eating the food, and so they broke the machine. Although we searched for Dr. Hunter and we couldn't find him and decided to set off. We hoped to get home in time for a late lunch. And they're still think about eating? That's funny. As we left, the coach full of guests was arriving for the pie feast. Dr. Hunter must have been too busy making arrangements to give us our surprise. It's a shame we never got to eat the pie. Of course, I just wonder what would have happened. That pie looks good.